Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil. In the last part, we got here to the lab, and this is my second to last inventory setup. Yeah, we're actually getting towards the end of the game, if you couldn't tell by the finale thing in the video title. And I'm just gonna warn you right now about half this part is cutscenes, cause yeah. Anyway, we want to come over here and press this flashing button here, because last part we turned on the power, so now we can do this.
Jill! Jill, you're here too.
Yes, you're here too?
Look, I lost my way.
Let's get going.
So, how you doing, Barry? Looking good. Still alive. Then again, you have a hand cannon, so I would expect that. Just gonna stand there awkwardly? Okay.
Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission, as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry!
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes, though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl, but if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So, you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the Tyrant.
Barry!
Sorry, Jill.
How is your family?
I was listening to what you and Wesker were talking about. I wish I realized it earlier. I thought it must have something to do with Umbrella, you know. So it's all been masterminded by him.
But it's good that you know that now. Anyway, let's get out of this house first.
Jill!
Yes, what?
Do you have any idea what Wesker was going to show you at the back of this place?
Well, he was talking about the world's most powerful biological weapon, called Tyrant or something, I think.
Do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Barry, you're so optimistic.
It would look bad for stars if we let such a dangerous creature run loose.
Maybe you're right. Let's go then.
The outcome of that cutscene depends on your choices in the caves and whether or not Barry's alive at this point, by the way.
Can a creature like this really be the ultimate biological weapon?
Really, Wesker is a crazy man.
Tyrant is not completely developed.
But we can't let it live. That must be the computer for monitoring this creature. Damn you!
It can't control what it does.
Alright, the Tyrant, be careful, because this guy's the most lethal opponent we faced yet. He can kill you easily, so be careful, and I'm totally lying, by the way, because with the Magnum, he's a complete and total wuss. Yeah. This is why I went for the Magnum. Though I wasted a shot there, he only went down in 2, I believe. Oh well.
Barry? Barry? You're alive!
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
Let's get going.
Actually, thinking about it, I think enemy HP changes depending on who you're playing as. Think is a keyword. Also, Wesker can be with you if Barry's dead by this point, or not there at all.
What happened to Wesker?
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers...
Wesker must have set it off.
Take cover in...
There's not much time left for us.
Unlock all territory activation.
Even if Wesker's the one that brings you into the room with the Tyrant, he sets off the self-destruct sequence. In the Chris campaign, actually, he gets killed by the Tyrant, and it's Rebecca, your partner that replaces Barry, that sets it off instead. Just a little tip.
The triggering system.
Well, that cutscene was kind of pointless now, wasn't it? Either way, now we have to escape, or we can backtrack, no, not really backtrack, sidetrack ourselves really quickly to do one extra thing to guarantee us the best ending. Also, the zombies in here are gone, now we have chimeras. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention in the last part, the chimeras that are hanging from the ceiling have an instant kill attack, so watch out for that, and I don't think you even have to be in low health for it to work. Anyway, you might remember those passcodes we got. Now we can use them. With that sound effect that sounds like it's right out of Metroid Zero Mission, or vice versa, actually. By the way, this music totally isn't annoying. And, by the way, I'm just gonna say right now, the upcoming track in this next room is one of my favorites in the game. It's so soothing and I love it. Not as much as the Saber music, though.
Oh, Jill!
Oh, Chris! So you're okay!
Yeah, you too! What happened to Wesker?
Let's talk about it later. Let's get out of here!
Obviously, when you're playing as Chris, you rescue Jill in here. By the way, fun little fact, I don't think I mentioned this before, but Chris is actually voiced by the same person who voiced Richter in Symphony of the Night, so, there's a little thing. At least I think he is. It sounds like him, and I think I looked it up and it was.
Let's go!
The triggering system has now been activated.
You know, Chris, there are BOWs in it that can kill you because you don't have a weapon. Just gonna split up anyway? Alright. Actually, fun little fact. I mentioned earlier that Wesker got killed by the Tyrants in Chris's story. That's actually what makes his story the canon one. Why? We find out in later games that Wesker may have done something to fake his fake and create his own death. And that causes things to happen later in the series. So, yeah. Once I get to Code Veronica eventually, or 5 if I decide to skip Code Veronica, which I'm probably not going to, you'll see why. Also, yeah, zombies are a thing here. I don't know why I wasted 2 bullets on them, but okay.
Let's go.
So, why'd you leave me before? Oh, you got a handgun. And here's my final setup. I only need all those bullets and all of those herbs. Trust me, you want as many as you can carry if you're clumsy. A lot, really.
Hurry!
Make sure they're high level, too. And welcome to the second to last room in the game, and it's a long hallway. Ah, Final Fantasy 13. Though I honestly like 13 as a game, not as a story.
This is Brad. Running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is
Sorry, what was that, Brad? I can barely hear you over me not carrying. And seriously, how does that helicopter still have fuel now? We've been in here for hours. Well, my in-game time is not the same as their IRL time, obviously, for the game. But you know what I mean. Anyway, we got a battery, which we use here because this is just pointless padding.
There is 3 minutes until explosion.
Oh no, you must be kidding! After you've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris...
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Okay, I leave it up to you. See you again at the heliport.
And that battery just serves as a point of no return, really. Also, that scene reminds me a lot of the end of Final Fantasy VII, right before you go to the Genova synthesis fight. Because of the way that you just split up from the rest of your party. Also, yeah, thanks for wasting about a sixth of our time just doing that game. Thanks. I think the remake gives you more time, actually. Also, turn right and get one of the flares, because you need this to trigger the last thing. That's actually why I left one slot of my inventory open. So let's use those flares right around here. He's back and redder than ever and a lot more fast and violent. This is the actual final boss. There's actually 2 ways to end it. One is time, which I think around the 30-second mark, Brad will drop the thing up there from the helicopter that ends the fight, or you can just shoot him enough. This is why I recommended bringing so many healing items, because this guy hurts. And he also has an instant kill attack after a certain HP interval, I believe. Ow!
It's coming! Jill! Kill that monster! You're our Amazon, Jill!
I don't think I've ever heard anyone use the term "you're our Amazon." Either way, he just dropped a rocket launcher, so let's grab that. If you beat the game in under 3 hours, you actually get an infinite one of these in your storage box. You have 4 shots, so make it count, because you can miss, and if you run out, well, then you're kind of screwed. And that's Resident Evil, everyone. As Jill, at least. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Though, as a game, it definitely shows signs of age. Though, let's get started on positives. First off, voice acting. Hilarious, especially when you're playing as Chris. And I do think it has decent gameplay mechanics as a survival horror game, though the later games in the series would go to improve on those. Soundtrack-wise, I think it's alright, especially a few songs specific. The save room and this song, actually, are my favorites. It has moments of annoyance, and obviously you can get into dead games, but honestly, I think it's worth a try. If you want to play this, you're in luck because there's multiple versions. There's the PlayStation version, the Windows version, the Sega Saturn version, which had an extra battle mode. The DS version is on the PlayStation Network for download, and then there's the 2002 GameCube remake, which is on the GameCube, the Wii, Windows, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. So you have plenty of versions to gain access to. I recommend the PlayStation version for the voice acting, but that's just me. Now, as for how I'm going to actually do Chris, I'm not going to. I'm actually going to put in the description below a link to a movie version of all the cutscenes for both Jill and Chris, and also a link to all the different endings, because this game does have multiple endings depending on what you do. I might do Chris at some point as maybe a live stream kind of thing if I ever get into doing that, but not for this. You'll see Chris when I do the remake no matter what anyway, because I find him easier in the remake. But yeah, I think this game is worth a shot. Next up in the Resident Evil series, though, I will be doing Resident Evil 2, and I might actually do that after I do 02 as the replay. Because honestly, I love Resident Evil 2 so much. But, yeah, pretty decent game, and I think it's worth a shot. Really good introductory game for the series, and I think it started a very great series. In fact, because of it, I have Resident Evil 4, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, Resident Evil gets my seal of approval. And here's where you get your endgame time and save number, and wow, under 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually my best time. And 0 saves. Booyah, thank you, save states. And that's how you know you got the infinite rocket launcher. And you also get the special key, which you use in the closet that's on screen right now in that one room, so you can get the alternate costumes. It's there. And now, at the end of the game, we finally get to see the save screen! Actually, that's one of the few things I don't like about the game. Limited saves. I hate it when games do that. But with that, I'm going to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the replay of 02.